The concept of emptiness has long been a subject of human thought. How do we perceive emptiness varies greatly, taking into account various aspects of culture and overall human life. It may evoke fear or peace within us. Emptiness can be lack of ideas about something foreign or cause anxiety on things that are obscure and hidden. It can also be spatial, where even a single bright star can gain some significance against the backdrop of infinite nothingness. This is Boöte's void, or the great nothing, a strange anomaly of the biggest void in space that spans approximately 330 million light-years across. In art, from modern minimalism to traditional Chinese paintings, the absence of composition gives the viewers the freedom to weave their imagination. For instance, a few strokes of thin lines can hint at a form or idea, inviting the viewers to complete and fill up the painting in their imagination. Hence, because of the absence of details, our inner world is activated. This is Tang Yin's painting, The Dreaming of an Immortal, painted in the 15th century. It is an excellent example of this technique. The empty space on the better half of the artwork creates mystery that sparks our imagination. We become an active viewer not because we see something, but rather what we don't see. In music, silence becomes a powerful instrument of the American composer Johnny Cage. His studies on Zen Buddhism led him to acknowledge the value of silence, providing an opportunity for the listener to reflect on one's surroundings and mind. This is 433 by Cage, where for 4 minutes and 33 seconds the whole orchestra sits quietly and the listeners are given a chance to relax and left to their imagination. Here, silence, or to say the absence of notes, is more than nothingness. The listeners are active within their inner world and left to the beauty or horrors of their fantasy. Shakespeare's famous lines in Hamlet, "To be or not to be," can also be understood in this context where not being carries its own heavy weight. Thus, it is also a certain quality of being. Even in the Gospels, when Jesus departs to the desert for 40 days, or Moses wandering in the desert for 40 years, is a clear indication that being in the void might be the best way for introspection, to go deeper into oneself and self-discovery. This is a great desert of Wadi Rum in Jordan, where most probably all these biblical scenes took place. So emptiness doesn't always refer to a grim void or kind of nihilism in thought process. If we look to the lands of the East, we hear a mantra there, emerging from the depth of time. Empty consciousness, a consciousness empty not of itself but calmed and drained of external excitement to the extent that space appears in mind for great inspiration to enter. The clearest example of this is Lao Tzu and his teachings on Tao. In Taoism, attaining state of emptiness within is viewed as a state of stillness and placidity, which is the mirror of the universe and pure mind. Then we look towards ancient Greece and come to its greatest thinker, Socrates, who famously said, "All I know is that I know nothing." Here we feel a soft echo of Eastern philosophy on nothingness, but at the same time the first idea is planted before us in the form of a germ on how the Western philosophy will take its outlook on this subject. In Western culture, feeling empty is often seen as a negative state, that the mind should be filled with ideas and ideas must be built one upon the other in logic. There truly is something fascinating about this gradation between two extremes within various cultures and art forms. What is undeniable is that in chaos of our modern time, the philosophy of emptiness can offer a new way of knowledge and the beauty of clearness in the overcrowded multiplicity. It just may allow us to reevaluate what humanity has already achieved and what we aspire to achieve in the times to come. The greater the emptiness, the more significant and clear even the smallest things will appear. This is the beauty of emptiness.